What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Doctor Who video review. The age of man is over, is what some salty MFers want you to actually believe. But no, Doctor Who has been and is now the most refreshing it has ever been. Ever since, in my opinion, Matt Smith first had that weird sort of fish finger custard hybrid that he had. It is possibly my favourite since David Tennant. The stories feel the best since David Tennant, and we get a really fun and engaging Doctor like we did with Matt Smith, kind of a wacky, sort of relatable character. And really, this does feel like they have wrapped up Matt Smith, David Tennant together. They have kind of just gone, you know what, we're going to combine the wackiness of Matt Smith, the kind of down to earth sort of relatableness of David Tennant's Doctor, the kind of neutral sort of Doctor, and gone like, let's just remove anything, all the Capaldi Moffat stuff. Let's just forget all of that, because really that wasn't what I wanted the Doctor to be. It just didn't fit. And here they kind of reset. This feels a lot like a reboot, and we've got Jodie, who absolutely nails it as the Doctor. Of course, she was in Broadchurch, a show which personally I haven't actually seen, but I'm assured that she's very good in it. However, here she really does nail being the Doctor. She could have easily have turned up the wackiness and the goofiness to 11, but no, she actually does. She excels here, and given the material, which the writing here was really, really good, and I really do like the slow burn of her being added to the universe. Personally, I always take quite a while to kind of actually relate or kind of take to a new Doctor. Matt Smith took me a bit of a while, as well as Peter Capaldi as well took a while. I think David Tennant for me took the longest, because I really did like Christopher Eccleston in that role. I really was a fan of Christopher Eccleston before he became the Doctor. So it was a shame when he moved on and he had the kind of arguments backstage. But it really does feel like this show is new. It feels a lot like a reboot. And I said this last season. So last season we did have everything that was going on with Missy. We had the Doctor, we had Bill, and it really did feel like a complete and utter reboot. The show felt more optimistic. It was very diverse and engaging. We had LGBT kind of representation on the show, and really they could have carried on that season. I think they would have done really well and to carry on, but I think there was a lot of hatred for Moffat's writing, and here they have surpassed it. They have become, and this does feel like more of a Russell T Davies episode in my opinion. It feels a lot more like a Monster of the Week kind of craziness. There's no sort of like really convoluted plot or anything like that. We just see a really kind of a snapshot of Britain as it is now, with an alien with like who regenerates and travels through time and space, just popping up and trying to fix what's happened in Sheffield. And it really was weird moving from like London and Wales to Sheffield. But maybe it's nice to have a change, to see different parts of the UK. And maybe that's what's needed, because really a lot of the media is London-centric. So seeing it move up to Sheffield, that's pretty cool. I'm not really too fussed on it moving from there. But the new team are really, really interesting. I was a bit hesitant, apprehensive, you may say, towards Bradley Walsh. I was a bit like not sure how he would fit in with everything that was going on in Doctor Who. We've got two new characters as well. We've got Yaz and Ryan, who they're all right. They're okay. They haven't really got much of a personality yet. I can't see them being like among the real fan favourites, such as Amy Pond. That's my favourite, as well as, of course, Rose being the far and away favourite of any of the accompaniments that that the Doctor has had on their adventures. Bill, I thought was really, really good. Probably my second favourite there out of all of them. I didn't really like Jenna Coleman's character at all. And here they're getting more of an entourage kind of feel. We've got 3 people leading on from all different walks of life and ages as well, which is pretty cool. I like that. We're going to see different reactions, and that's why Donna was so great, because she was a lot older than the other characters, and she was very much sure of herself. She wasn't going on this adventure to find herself. She already knew who she was. She just didn't care what anyone else thought. So that's pretty much what I think Bradley Walsh's character is going to be like here. Now, the story of this episode was curious, and the character design of the villain was, again, pretty curious there as well, with teeth and things like that. He uses these as the trophies, and who else comes to Earth to prove themselves, to battle, to fight, and to get trophies, to prove themselves amongst their home planet? Well, it's the Predator. This is essentially the Predator. This story is the Predator mythos through the eyes of Doctor Who. Am I complaining? No, because it was pretty good. And they did a great job of showing that, and the Doctor was great in this as well. And seeing her deal, or him, I don't know how to call him or her, because funny enough, as much as you hate that this is a woman, it's a female representation, the Doctor doesn't really have a gender. It's weird. But I do like the fact that we have got a Predator story, and it's very easy to dismiss that. I was watching this, I was like, that's just the Predator. That is the Predator. But that's not a bad thing. It was enjoyable, and I have to say the whole gravitas that Jodie brought to the role was great. She just fits. It's just, the Doctor is a curious piece. It's a curious character, and it can be played up very campy. It can be played a bit too serious. Of course, John Hurt played it to the absolute limit of the seriousness of what you could have. Peter Capaldi, again, was pushing that edge, which I guess that's why his Doctor won't be remembered as one of the best. It's a different take, which I guess they took risks and they tried something different. But having this young kind of female character playing Doctor Who, you know what, it was pretty decent, and seeing her play that role as she did, be relatable. We even had mention of dyspraxia, which again is fantastic. They are mentioning these illnesses which aren't or don't ever get major kind of representation. That's why representation, guys, is so important. And to me, I've grown up watching kind of, look behind me, all of these male characters behind me, and I've been thinking, I want to be like that. I want to. That's the kind of male fantasy. And then now girls or little girls can grow up and be like, hold on a minute, I can be a Time Lord. So that's really cool. That's not a bad thing. And I think Jodie handles that really, really well. She brings some sort of more fun to the role. Kind of, like I said, a kind of mixture of Matt Smith's kind of wacky funness and David Tennant's sort of just normality, or sort of kind of real intrigue and mystery and kind of curiosity towards the world. What was very exciting, and I hope they don't do this next episode, is the fact that we don't know where the TARDIS is. We have no idea where the TARDIS is, and funnily enough, I think that they're probably going to create Sheffield and that workshop that she's in as a base of operations for her. She will have her own base of operations trying to find the TARDIS, which means we're going to have to find different ways to get to different planets. But this being the show, we didn't have the screwdriver quite a way into the show, and then, well, she got it. So maybe next episode she will actually get her TARDIS. And what was great as well is that it was no returning villains. We got brand new villains this episode, and hopefully we don't see any Daleks or Cybermen or Ood or Angels for ages. I don't want to see them at all for a very long time, because they have been done to death. So let's keep on with the new and enjoy this fancy, wistful, kind of hopeful new season. And I have to say, from what I've seen on Twitter, a lot of people are loving it. So that is it for this video. Please drop a like, please subscribe. See you soon. Goodbye.